The third tip is to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Discipline is easier when it is enjoyable.
Yes. For example, if you completed a week of consistent practice, treat yourself to something small. A favorite snack, a short walk, or watching a fun video.
Exactly. Celebrating achievements reinforces positive habits and makes your brain associate discipline with good feelings.
And it doesn't have to be big. Small celebrations every week or month can make a huge difference over time.
Another important tip for long-term discipline is flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things don't go as planned.
Yes, for example, if you miss a day of practice, don't be hard on yourself. Adjust your plan and continue the next day.
Exactly. Flexibility prevents frustration and keeps your discipline consistent over time. Remember, consistency matters more than perfection.
And sometimes flexibility means adjusting the difficulty of a task. If you plan to study for 30 minutes but feel tired, do 10 minutes instead. Small actions are better than none.
Finally, long-term discipline works best when it becomes a habit. Habits make actions automatic, so you don't have to rely on motivation every day.
Yes, for example, if you study English every morning at the same time, eventually it becomes a habit. You don't need to push yourself. It just becomes part of your routine.
Exactly. Building habits around your goals makes discipline much easier and sustainable.
And the key is small, consistent actions repeated every day. Over time, these small actions create big results.
Let's do a quick practice exercise for listeners. Think of one long-term goal you want to achieve. Write it down or say it out loud.
Now, plan one small action you can do every day toward this goal. For example, read one page, practice one word, or exercise for 5 minutes.
Finally, choose one small reward for yourself each time you complete the action. It can be a short break, a snack, or listening to your favorite song.
Yes, start with this small daily habit. Track your progress and celebrate every step. Over time, you will see big results from consistent effort.
In the next chapter, we'll talk about how to stay motivated long-term and handle times when you feel like giving up.
Yes, motivation is key for discipline, and we'll share simple techniques that really work.
Welcome back, everyone. In the last chapter, we talked about long-term discipline, how to track your progress, celebrate achievements, and build habits.
Yes, today we're going to discuss how to stay motivated over time. Motivation is what keeps you moving, especially when discipline feels challenging or when life gets busy.
The first tip is to remember your why. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why is this goal important to me?
Yes, for example, if your goal is to learn English, your why could be to travel, get a better job, or speak with new friends. Thinking about this reason gives you energy on tough days.
Exactly. Writing down your why and putting it somewhere visible, like your desk or phone, can remind you to keep going every day.
Another powerful strategy is to visualize success. Imagine yourself achieving your goal. Picture yourself speaking English fluently, finishing a project, or exercising regularly.
Yes, visualization helps your brain connect your actions to the result you want. When you see yourself succeeding in your mind, it becomes easier to stay motivated in real life.
Even just 1 minute of visualization every day can make a big difference in keeping your focus.
Long-term goals can feel overwhelming. One way to stay motivated is to break them into small milestones.
Yes, for example, instead of saying, I want to speak English fluently, you can set smaller goals like learn 5 new words every day, practice listening for 10 minutes daily, read one article every week.
Exactly. Each milestone gives you a sense of accomplishment, which fuels motivation for the next step.
And don't forget to celebrate each milestone, even if it feels small. Every step counts toward your long-term success.
Another key strategy is to create a support system. Surround yourself with people who encourage and support your goals.
Yes, this can be a friend, family member, or group with similar goals. For example, you can practice English with a friend or join a small online community.
Exactly. Support keeps motivation high because other people can cheer you on, share tips, or help you get back on track when you feel like giving up.
And talking to others about your progress makes your goal feel real, which motivates you to continue.
Motivation also comes from your inner voice. Positive self-talk is a very powerful tool.
Yes. Instead of saying, I can't do this, try saying, I am learning and every step counts. Or, I will try today and I will improve tomorrow.
Exactly. Encouraging words to yourself help you stay motivated even when tasks feel hard or boring.
And over time, positive self talk becomes a habit, which strengthens both your motivation and discipline.
Finally, remember that motivation can fluctuate. Some days you feel very motivated, and some days you feel tired or distracted.
Yes, on low motivation days, adjust your routine instead of stopping completely. For example, if your goal is 30 minutes of study, do 10 minutes instead. Small actions keep you moving forward. Discipline is about consistency, not perfection, and this helps motivation remain steady over time.
And celebrating even small achievements on these days keeps your motivation alive. In the next chapter, we'll discuss how to combine discipline and motivation into a daily system so listeners can create a complete routine for success.
Yes, this is where all the strategies we've talked about come together into a practical plan you can use every day.
Welcome back, everyone. In the last chapter, we talked about long-term motivation and strategies to stay motivated even on tough days.
Yes, today we're going to show how to combine discipline and motivation into a daily routine. This will help you create a practical system to reach your goals step by step.
The first step is to plan your day. Decide what you want to do, when you will do it, and for how long.
Yes, for example, you can plan to study English every morning for 15 minutes, do exercise in the afternoon, and read a book before bed.
Exactly. Planning makes your day structured, and it is easier to stay disciplined when you know exactly what to do.
Next, combine small tasks with things that motivate you. For example, after completing your 15 minutes of study, you can reward yourself with a short break, a snack, or listening to your favorite song.
Yes, small rewards help your brain connect action with positive feelings, which makes discipline easier to maintain.
And remember, motivation can fluctuate. So always include small, enjoyable actions in your daily routine to keep going.
Tracking progress is very important. Keep a journal, a checklist, or even a calendar to mark what you accomplished each day.
Yes, seeing your progress gives you confidence and keeps you motivated to the next day. Even small daily achievements matter a lot over time.
Exactly. This combination of discipline and motivation makes your routine strong and sustainable.
Being flexible helps you stay consistent and prevents frustration, which is essential for long-term success.
Finally, take time to review your progress at the end of each week or month. Ask yourself, what did I accomplish? What can I improve? And what small wins can I celebrate?
Celebrating achievements, no matter how small, strengthens your discipline and motivation. It makes you feel proud and ready to continue.
Let's give an example of a daily routine combining discipline and motivation. Morning, study English for 15 minutes, reward, short coffee break. Afternoon, exercise for 20 minutes, Reward, listen to favorite song. Evening, read a book for 10 minutes. Reward, watch a short video.
Yes, doing this consistently creates a strong habit loop where discipline and motivation support each other.
That's it for today's episode. You now have practical strategies to build discipline, stay motivated, and create a daily routine that works for you.
Yes, remember, start small, track your progress, reward yourself, and be flexible. Over time, these steps will help you reach any goal you want.
Thank you for listening to Speak English with Olly. Keep practicing your English and also keep practicing discipline in your daily life.
Yes, and don't forget, every small step counts. Keep moving forward and celebrate your progress along the way.
See you next time on Speak English with Olly. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speak English with Olly. I'm Olly, and today we have a very interesting topic: how to build discipline. And of course, my good friend Mia is here with me. Hi, Mia.
Hi, Ollie. Hi, everyone. I'm excited about this topic because discipline is something everyone wants to improve, whether it's for work, school, or personal goals.
Exactly, Mia. But before we start, let's remember, discipline is not about being strict or harsh with yourself. It's about creating habits that help you reach your goals step by step.
Yes, small steps every day are much better than trying to change everything at once.
Part 1. Understanding discipline. So let's first understand what discipline really is. Discipline is the ability to control your actions and stick to a plan, even when it's difficult or when you don't feel motivated.
Yes, for example, if you want to learn English, discipline is practicing every day, even when you feel tired or busy.
Exactly. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The more you practice it, the easier it is to stick to your goals.
That's a good way to explain it. And it's important to start small, like practicing for 10 or 15 minutes every day, and then slowly increasing the time.
Part 2. Common challenges. Many people face challenges when trying to build discipline. One common challenge is distractions, like social media, games, or even just feeling tired.
Yes. Another challenge is procrastination, putting things off because we feel overwhelmed or unsure where to start.
Right, but the good news is that there are simple strategies to overcome these challenges, and we'll talk about them in this episode.
Yes, like setting clear goals, creating a daily routine, and giving yourself small rewards for progress.
Part 3. Small step practice. Let's try a small practice that listeners can do right now. Think of one goal you want to achieve this week. It can be learning English for 15 minutes a day, exercising, or reading a book.
Yes. Now ask yourself, what is one small action you can do every day to move closer to that goal? For example, if your goal is to read more, maybe you can read one page every day.
Exactly. Starting small is the key. Discipline grows when we repeat small actions consistently, not when we try to do everything at once.
And remember, it's okay if you miss a day. The important thing is to get back on track the next day without feeling guilty.
In the next chapter, we'll talk about practical strategies to stay disciplined, like how to create a daily routine, avoid distractions, and motivate yourself even when you don't feel like it.
Yes, those strategies will make building discipline much easier and more fun.
Welcome back, everyone. In the last chapter, we talked about what discipline is, why it is important, and how starting with small steps can help you build it over time.
Yes. Today, we're going to share practical strategies that can help you stay disciplined every day, even when it feels hard or when there are distractions.
Part 1. Create a daily routine. The first strategy is to create a daily routine. When you have a routine, your actions become automatic, and it is easier to stay disciplined.
Yes, for example, if you want to learn English, you can decide to study at the same time every day, like every morning after breakfast for 15 minutes.
Exactly. Doing something at the same time every day makes it part of your habits, so you don't need to think too much about it.
And it's good to start small. If you try to do too much at first, it can feel overwhelming and you might give up.
Part 2, set clear goals. The second strategy is to set clear goals. Discipline is easier when you know exactly what you're working towards.
Yes, instead of saying, I want to learn English, you can say, I want to learn 5 new words every day, or I want to read 1 short article every day.
Right. Clear goals make your actions focused. When you see small progress every day, it gives you motivation to continue.
And it's okay to write down your goals. Seeing them on paper or on your phone reminds you what you are working for.
Part 3, remove distractions. Many people lose discipline because of phones, social media, or other distractions around them.
Yes. For example, if you want to study English, you can put your phone on silent or leave it in another room. This way, you can focus on your goal without interruptions.
Exactly. Even small changes like turning off notifications or keeping your study space tidy can make a big difference.
And if distractions still happen, don't feel guilty. Just notice them and get back to your task immediately.
Part 4, reward yourself. Discipline doesn't mean you have to be strict all the time. Small rewards make practicing discipline easier and more enjoyable.
Yes. For example, if you study English for 15 minutes, you can take a short break, enjoy a cup of tea, or watch a funny video.
Exactly. Rewards help your brain associate good feelings with completing a task. This makes it easier to stay consistent.
And remember, rewards don't have to be big. Small celebrations every day can create long-term motivation.
Part 5. Start now, not tomorrow. The last tip for today is simple. Start now, not tomorrow. Discipline grows when you take action immediately, even if it's just a small step.
Yes, if you wait for the perfect time, you might never start. Even 5 minutes of practice today is better than waiting for tomorrow.
Exactly. Remember, discipline is built step by step, day by day. Small actions repeated consistently make a big difference over time. Mia, in the next chapter, we'll talk about how to overcome obstacles that make it hard to stay disciplined, like feeling tired, losing motivation, or facing unexpected problems.
Yes, those strategies will help you stay on track even when life gets busy or difficult.
Welcome back, everyone. In the last chapter, we talked about practical strategies to stay disciplined, creating a routine, setting clear goals, removing distractions, rewarding yourself, and starting now.
Yes, today we're going to talk about something very important: how to overcome obstacles that make it hard to stay disciplined. Life is full of challenges, and knowing how to handle them helps you stick to your goals.
Part 1. Recognize common obstacles. The first step is to recognize common obstacles. Many people face problems like feeling tired, losing motivation, getting distracted, or feeling overwhelmed by their tasks.
Yes, for example, you might plan to study English for 30 minutes, but when you feel tired after work or school, it becomes very difficult to keep your discipline.
Exactly. Another common obstacle is procrastination, when you delay a task because it feels too difficult or boring.
Right. But recognizing these obstacles is the first step because you can't solve a problem you don't see.
Part 2, break tasks into small steps. One of the best ways to overcome obstacles is to break big tasks into smaller steps.
Yes. For example, if your goal is to read a book in English, don't try to read 50 pages at once. Start with 5 or 10 pages a day.
Exactly. Small steps are easier to manage, and completing them gives you a sense of achievement, which keeps your motivation high.
And when you see progress every day, it makes it easier to keep going, even when you feel tired or distracted.
Part 3, Use reminders and alarms. Another useful tip is to use reminders and alarms. This helps you overcome the obstacle of forgetting your tasks or losing track of time.
Yes, you can set your phone or computer to remind you to study, exercise, or practice a skill at the same time every day.
Exactly. Even small reminders like sticky notes on your desk or a note on your fridge can help you stay on track.
The key is to make it easy for yourself to remember, so discipline becomes a natural habit rather than a struggle.
Part 4. Find motivation in small rewards. Sometimes losing motivation is a big obstacle. One way to handle this is to give yourself small rewards after completing a task.
Yes, for example, if you study English for 15 minutes, you can take a short break, enjoy a cup of tea, or watch a funny video.
Exactly. Rewards help your brain associate good feelings with completing a task. This makes it easier to stay consistent. Exactly. Rewards create positive feelings connected to your actions, which makes it easier to repeat them every day.
And remember, the reward doesn't have to be big. Small celebrations every day build long-term discipline.
Even the most disciplined people have difficult days. The key is to plan for them in advance.
Yes. For example, if you know that you will be very busy tomorrow, you can prepare a smaller version of your task or adjust your routine to make it possible to continue.
Exactly. The important thing is not to give up completely. Doing a smaller action is better than doing nothing at all.
And this helps you maintain consistency, which is the foundation of discipline.
Another obstacle is feeling guilty or frustrated when you fail. Sometimes people lose discipline because they make a mistake and feel like giving up.
Yes, but it's important to learn from mistakes instead of stopping. Ask yourself, what can I do differently next time? How can I improve?
Exactly. Every mistake is an opportunity to grow. Discipline is about continuing even when it's hard and improving gradually.
And when you see progress over time, it gives you confidence and makes it easier to face new challenges.
Finally, a very important tip is self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Discipline doesn't mean being harsh or punishing yourself.
Yes, if you miss a day or make a mistake, just say, "That's okay, I'll start again tomorrow." Treat yourself like a friend, not an enemy.
Exactly. Self-compassion helps you stay consistent without feeling stressed or guilty. It keeps your mind calm and focused on your goals.
And over time, this approach strengthens your discipline and makes it easier to handle obstacles.
In the next chapter, we'll talk about how to stay disciplined for the long term and make these strategies a permanent part of your life.
Yes, we'll also discuss how to track your progress and celebrate your achievements, which keeps discipline strong over time.
Welcome back, everyone. In the last chapter, we discussed how to overcome obstacles that make it hard to stay disciplined.
Yes, today we're going to focus on long-term discipline and how to track your progress and celebrate achievements. This is important because discipline is not just about one day, it's about creating habits that last a lifetime.
The first step is to think long term. Discipline is easier to maintain when you remember why you started and what your goals are for the future.
Yes. For example, if your goal is to learn English, remember that small daily practices will help you speak fluently in a few months. Thinking about this long-term result gives motivation on days when you feel tired or distracted.
Exactly. Long term thinking helps you stay patient and not give up if progress feels slow at first.
And it's important to remind yourself of your goal regularly, maybe by writing it down or saying it out loud each morning.
The second tip is to track your progress. Seeing your improvements makes you feel proud and encourages you to continue.
Yes, you can use a journal, a checklist, or even a calendar. For example, if your goal is to study English 15 minutes every day, check off each day you complete your practice.
Exactly. Even small progress is important. When you see a streak of successful days, it gives a sense of accomplishment and keeps you motivated.
And tracking progress also helps you notice patterns. You can see which days are harder and plan strategies to stay disciplined.